How does it work with these? Again, thinking about youth, not necessarily adults. How does there is are these motivations sort of pathways different from adults? Because I imagine at first some kids, I mean, if you have no life experience, you can go, I want to do that, and just sort of put your head down, and you're this kid that for some reason fucking was in his bedroom for 18 hours a day practicing the violin, right? And no one knows why, not even the kid maybe knows why, right? And then you have probably kids who go see something on TV and go, I want to do that. And then you probably have kids who are just thrown there, right? And they don't even know what rowing is. So how does how does motivation work for those who need it? You know what I mean? Like, because some I don't think you can influence them. They're so sort of maybe goal oriented that they just sort of go. But how does it? Is it different from adults?
Yeah, I think adults is probably harder, a lot harder, because they probably have enough experience to think they know what to do or what it is, and they might be in their habits that are much harder. They've been ingrained for
Yeah.
far longer, harder to change, whether that's the mental way of thinking and a pattern of thoughts or physical pattern of
Yeah.
things. So you've got to kind of work with them to try and break those down, and they've got to buy into that whole process. So it might take longer and be more difficult. Depends again entirely on their self-motivation. But you might have an adult who might say they want this and be saying that an awful lot, but so far their approach hasn't achieved that. And unless you can find a key to unlock that, a change in that, without a change, they're going to not get anything different from the results. So, but for kids, you got a range. You might, like you say, you might have the most goal-oriented, self-motivated, but then maybe what you're working on with that kid is like injury prevention or not doing too much too soon, or finding a process, a way of
How to
looking
build
at
slowly, to
processes,
build
yeah,
strongly
rather
and
than
stuff.
outcomes or whatever it
Yeah.
is. And then for the next kid who's just been whacked there because the parents are doing their thing and this is babysitting,
Yeah.
he's probably already coming in with or she with like, why am I here? I don't want to be here, and not totally disinterested, already thinking negatively about this whole experience, even though they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So you've got to find a way in there as well, which, whether it's games or it's relating to them on their level, doing something that's maybe not what they haven't thought about what it's going to be anyway, but it's still different to what they might anticipate. Just so they come back again, or they don't go, or they relax, or whatever.
Surprise them.
Exactly. So there's lots of different things and it's going to be individual. But then the challenge, I think, is linking all that within a group. If you've got 20 or 30 or however many that's doing different, coming at it from different ways, not losing the motivation of the top end and missing out the bottom end or whatever.